Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Guys, it's early hours in the morning, I couldn't sleep and just lying in my bed and thinking on a lot of things. You know, I'm very transparent, but I try to hold back a lot of things. But I find like it's still lingering and I feel a bit trapped, like it won't set me free. And guys, I do my videos. Sometimes I'm done up and sometimes I come raw, like this. I'm very, very transparent, as I know that my real supporters, they'll know this. For me, I wouldn't like probably walk up my front door like with my natural head. This is a recent thing. You guys know the lower cut I had. Well, not lower. The other style I had, it was higher, and I colored it. And you guys see from time to time I wasn't really taking care of it, so it wasn't healthy hair, so it had to go. So I've done this now probably about a week or two. Yeah. Cut it down low, because even sometimes when I wear my wigs you can see a little bit of the hair underneath, which I didn't like, so I decided to kind of rebirth myself and cut off my hair. I was going through that period anyway to know that the hair was damaged, and so yeah, hence why my head is really low at the minute, which I quite like, to be fair. It's neither here nor there with me. If I had to go out like this, it's no problem to me, because when I put on my makeup I look quite glamorous same way. So, but it's not something I choose to do, to be fair. I like to wear my wigs, that's me, blah 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 blah. But I give you guys the full tea, the full 100. I'm confident in myself, I'm happy with myself. I think of myself as a very attractive person, so, and nobody can tell me otherwise. That's just my mindset. And I know my parents have a beautiful child, which is moi. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, putting that aside, I've just been thinking on a whole lot of things about the fact that when I lived in Basingstoke, the things I've been through there, and always say I'm not going to be coming on here to bash there, because I know that it's life experience and I take it on the chin. But there's stuff that just won't release me. So in regards to the fact that I gained lots of friends, everybody wanted to be my friend and all the rest of it, even though when I initially moved there I kind of kept myself to myself, and over time period, because of that I ended up in a situation where I was quite vulnerable and was kind of advised to let my guard down and to try and have a bit more friends. I did try that, which resulted in me having quite a lot of friends, because like I've always said to you guys, I'm a quite happy-go-lucky person, especially when I was younger. When I had children I had to kind of change because I was mother and father to them through the process up until now. Well, not present day, but you guys who follow my gist, I'm with my partner now, with my last child. But with the first three, I was mother and father to them. We had a lot of struggles. Yeah, because when I moved to Basingstoke, I moved by myself. I just wanted to move out of the area. I didn't want to have my kids growing in the London area where I lived, where I deemed like the schools and stuff like that would have a impact on them in not a great way. So I thought, and me moving, I think I've mentioned this in my previous videos as well. Me moving, I thought I'd give them a better chance because I couldn't afford a private school. And now looking back in my mind, I know that even in my honest opinion, in my family, it's mine, I wasn't an achiever. I never strived to have a great education. That wasn't my main focus. So that might have come to a shock to them, that I wanted to dig down in my kids, that, you know, they're great kids, come from good stock, and I want them to have the best and to learn and to take education seriously. Moving forward, living in Basingstoke, we had our challenges with the school and the teachers. I'll speak on that a bit. The head was a great head. She held on to us, and to the point where I got through with my children to finish the school. So that I appreciate, but it wasn't without struggles, and I kind of voice my opinion on that quite a lot when I see the unfair treatment, and it was a case of like, oh, we should take it, we should be lucky, and I'm like, no, my kids are, you know, deserve the best. They're British kids, they're born here. Not to say that children that's come from another country shouldn't deserve the best as well and stuff, but in my mind I'm thinking, you know, it's not like me that came from Jamaica and came here and had to start a new life and stuff. You know, these kids born under the British colony or whatever the word is, and one child shouldn't be expected to have more than the other, regardless of race, financially. And that's my mindset. I don't put up with none of it. Don't get me wrong, they've shaved me down as I go along to try to make me conform, but I'm a crab, tough on the outside, soft on the inside. So the water is always bouncing off me, and I'm always, you know, take my beatings, probably lie down, but always get back up again and think, I'm not going to be tolerating that. Hope you guys are getting my gist. With all of that being said, so my mindset is, no matter where you're from or whatever your color or whatever it is, you deserve the best like everybody else. Whoever think they deserve the best, so do we. And that's my thing. So with it comes like a lot of friends and stuff like that. Always feel like their main goal is to target me, and it always end up and result in not a positive but a negative way, in terms of I feel like I'm their target, and I rationalize this to the point where I'm like, no, I am not going to stand for you trying to push me over or trying to step in my space, whatever space that is, because it becomes very clear and transparent to me. Friends, even my family, which was even a bigger shock, didn't get support from them in the end either. Like, the turn started from when I moved to Basingstoke, and I've thought to myself, you know, loads of times, I'm not going to come and chat anything about them anymore, I'm just going to leave it. But this is me, so whether I talk about them in the future or I don't speak about them, I don't know. But I know for a fact that in my mind I'm like sitting here loads of times, even in Basingstoke, like trying to figure out why would your aim be me? Why would your target be me? There's loads of other famous people out there. There's loads of target mark. There's loads of goal. Not to be saying that you're trying to target someone to push them over, but you know, there's loads of other goals to achieve. Why would you trying to say as if there's some competition, or why is Rose acting like this? It's like if you just constantly feel like you cannot really be yourself, and no matter how you are, it is a problem. You know, I'm sure, like I said, long-time subscribers and main watchers can see there was a point where I had a certain amount of videos up. I took them down, like, you know, summer period, early in the summer. I think probably around the autumn time. I went to family get together, and in the end I took it down because that was another issue. No matter how you give second chances, no matter how you let your guard down, you think, you know, family is family, you always feel like they're trying to cut you down or trying to make you feel bad, and you're always trying to figure out why. Because me, one, I'll never be around a person if I'm trying to make them feel bad or I'm trying to cut them down, or if I feel a certain type of way about a person, I'll keep far. So if I'm going to be around you, that means I'm good with you. Yeah, you might have a situation where there's a get together and there's people there that you're not that great with, so you kind of keep your distance a bit. But the general gist of it, you present yourself, with your kids. You don't want to be in a vulnerable environment where you feel your own family is against you. So, you know, that is the one that really hurt through time. You know, obviously, because it's family. And your friends are dropping like flies as well, in my case, because I don't know if I'm too intolerant in terms of, like, I'll just let them know how I feel, especially if I get really angry, and distant myself, especially if it's a really bad thing that I'm thinking that's not good in your character to want to be doing this or want to be doing that. And sometimes I rationalize it in terms of thinking, oh, I wonder if they're thinking acting as if I'm better than them, because I sure ain't. Anybody that really knows me, because I've thought it through, and people that is genuine friend, always willing to patch things up and to make a go and a real effort, because I have seen that, you know, I've had a falling out with close friends, and just to see the effort that they put in, to see that, like, they don't want that falling out, and the energy they put in and that I try to put back in, to say, all right then, you know, I don't have to fall out with this person. You have a mutual respect for that person. You can call that person and say, oh, so and so and so, and you know, you have that credibility with that person. But I can probably count that on one hand, basically, you know, where I'm thinking, even though they may be things in their character that I don't really like, nobody perfect, but I can see that person is down for me, and several times, and so I use that to margin things. The others that don't really make an effort, or they continually making reoccurrence of, you know, getting how many chances and doing the same thing, I'll kind of just keep my distance. So yeah, I just lying in my bed, can't sleep. Things that I feel like, oh, I'm not gonna discuss it, I'm just gonna move forward. Was always coming to niggle me, and even in regards to my mom, you know, which is the main person that grew me. I never really had a father, I had stepdads and whatever. So my mom is my main parent and vocal, where I can take my memories and all the rest of it from, and all of what I am today from, which breaks my heart and pain me. I've given her so many different chances, and she mess up. Whether she's all, sometimes she likes to plead the fifth, not silence, but oh, I don't know if it's the fifth or the one that you act like I shouldn't take you sane on what you do, but she knows exactly what she does, you know, and I've come to realize to see that very plain and clear, and I don't like what I see in that sense, like making family riff or the gossiping and all of these things and unnecessary negativity, which breaks my heart. Or this person's a favorite, and sometimes I find in the past, like, when it didn't affect me, I didn't realize what was happening, but I've come to realize what was happening. And when you're in the firing line, it's not nice. So I've seen other people go through the firing line and not really see the dangers in it, and when it became me, I felt so shit having to sit by and support her and watch her and help her through times when she's been a real shit to another sister or another family member. So that breaks my heart. And at the end of the day, um he's I feel like she's the head of the ship, so she's the one that was meant to be guiding us in terms of like positivity and trying to not really segregate some from some, or if somebody do wrong, tell them so they know, without acting like it's not an issue, or stirring the pot there or stirring the pot here, and causing a lot of damage through the family. So, and at the end of the day, like, I feel very bad how our relationship has deteriorated. And at the end of the day, still my mother, I love her very much, but I choose to just keep myself very wide, because how many times am I going to put myself up for burn or torture? So on that note, I always feel bad, like she's in a fragile stage of life. What could I do about it? But I've tried several times to overlook things, and it just hasn't worked out. So with that being said, oh, is my mother, always love her, always think about her good, great memories, and the fact that she grew us as a single parent, and she done her best by us. I don't really blame her for anything, but like moving forward, having my own kids, I have to put their best interest. Anything I do, I put my kids' best interest. And sometimes I've been targeted through that, because they know that that's my weakness in terms of what could cripple me or ail me. I've seen them work on my eldest before as well, and when things fall apart, the support and what I'd expect them to look from me that I'd give, they never gave that to me. So instead, they'd be there pushing the fire. And for what I've done in the past, like how many stories, even when my nieces and nephews get old, the stories that they tell when they're babies, if I didn't feed them, they wouldn't be here now to be my nemesis. So I'd expect them to look into their self and look into their heart and see, how could that possibly be? And nobody ain't perfect. I know sometimes people are the vessel that's been sent, but they have control of how they monitor themselves as well, and why they would want to try and make me conform to believe that some is better than some. Well, that ain't gonna happen. I never believe that. Yeah, circumstances make you what it is. Some children have a better way, and some depends on the stages of your circumstances. But I always feel like everybody start out with a blank canvas. I'm not in no race with no one. I'm not in no competition with no one. I only compete with myself, and how I can better myself, and how I can better my family, and how I can better my kids. No competition. So it just really, really, it's not like I'm saying, oh, I want anybody to be phoning me, because I've made my choice, and always will always have my backup with my family members and certain friends. So it's not to say Rose, we, bar, or all of that stuff, or I'm looking for attention. These things is been there bothering me, and I need to get it out. So, my channel's always been a way where I can express myself without people thinking, oh, here we go, she's doolally or whatever. Or I find a way to get things out of me. This is my way. I suggest everybody that needs a way, find a way, and not be bothered about what I'm doing, as if they want to make out like that's a wrong way to get things out of your system. Or that's my creative side of how I've managed to come to realize that this is how I can tell my story and to tell my truth. So yeah, these are things that's been weighing on me, bothering me, things that happen to me. When it's family or friends, it hurts more. When it's strangers or the teachers or whatever that we've had our battles through, it might bother me to see the unfairness that's going on, but I'm not their judge. Somebody else is their judge. I'm nobody's judge, but I'm just saying with family and friends, it has hurt more in terms of like how I've been with them and how I feel like they haven't been, and always feeling like they're not very truthful, so there's no point. Or like with the ones that I really do care about, I do always give it another chance and stuff, and that hasn't worked out. So I don't know what the future holds, but I don't have any animosity or bitterness in my heart in terms of like how I feel about them. I just acknowledge what they've done, and I would like to move on in terms of, but not to have people creeping in, because it was like, oh, everything Rose do is the best and everything. I never had that kind of mentality. I've never looked at things like that. I never see that, and I will never think that's how people see things. I just know that I like things a certain type of way. I do things a certain type of way, and that's just me. I feel like I have to be me as best as I can, or else I'm a fake, you know. So I like what I would say is nice. What's nice to me might not be nice to others, but I just like things a certain type of way, and other people's levels of niceness is different as well. But it always seems like I'm the target point, and why are you gonna be around somebody where it's gonna cause you these kind of emotions and pain, or upset you, or you know, you give them second chances, and what they do to you, or they always want to see you hurting, or they always want to see you down. And I remember when they want to better themselves, you never see me act as if I don't want to show my support or give my support and stuff like that. And it just seems like that, which is really, it just saddens my heart. When they were having their children, whether it's a full black kid or a mixed race kid, it's neither here nor there with me. It seems like my life is a different case altogether. So, oh, I hear this one, oh, you're different now because you acting, because I meet Russell and I've got a bit of support now, I'm different. No, I never go around anybody and treat them like I think I'm God's gift or I'm different. You know, at the end of the day, if somebody's trying to guide me in the right path and trying to make me a better person, why would I fight against that? And everything ain't hunky-dory all the time or perfect, but I am going to take the opportunity and the chance to better myself and to make sure that my kids survive in life and better themselves as well. I'm not going to fight against that. And the thing is, when me and Russell start early stage and when we meet each other, nobody was there. Nobody knew about that. Nobody knew that I could have, we in a relationship didn't know that I could get pregnant. Nobody knew that we'd have been blessed with another baby, and nobody knew, you know what I mean? Our relationship wasn't about that. So if we been blessed and we're trying to make life together through our ups and downs, through the high and lows, and it's somebody that's constant with me, consistent, and trying to encourage me and do my best for me to do my best, even though, like I always say, always being truthful to you, there's times because of my roots and how I am, I could have put two fingers up and tell him where to go stick it, because, well, I'm not dumb. I'll take the good with the bad, and until I've been chucked into whatever and pushed down the hill, I ain't going nowhere. And I am going to always try to strive to do better. And if that means going back to school, if that means toughening up a bit more and all of these things, I'm willing to do the journey, I'm willing to do the task. And yeah, always have confidence and faith that no matter what they've targeted or touched in my life, it is well within my soul, because I know they'll be better. I've had chances where I never get to see my child go to prom, choices that he might make and all of these things, but them things also affected me and break my heart. But I've also realised that my child knew that where he was was a great place. We have conversation about what he eats, but if he still chooses to be out there, that's his journey and his road. He's, you know, I will always be his mother, and I have comfort in that. And I know he ain't stupid because he had great training, and when I hear him speak on certain things, I'm like, oh, so you know your mother can have a laugh, you know your mother can take a selfie with you, you know your mother is loves you, you know your mother is a good person. Yeah, I get my confirmation, so I don't have to look east and look west. And when I don't have confirmation, I'm in doubt, I dig within my heart to find confirmation. And I channel my inner spirit and I pray. It might not be perfect, but I'm just saying, oh yeah, I go to church every day and I'm biblical, and you guys out there know that. No, that's not me, but I always strive to pray and to seek a higher level and to and believe in God, you know. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share, guys, because I just feel really blocked, really trapped, you know, because I've been jumping over these hurdles, jumping over these things, you know, jumping over the relationship breakdown that I have, that I'm blocked, even though I have moved on, and I don't hold any grudge in my heart, but I know I'm blocked, and it saddens me. And even those who might not be a vocal point, because you only talk about people that you care about. Anybody I've spoke or they know that my topic is about them, that's people I care about. And it's not to say that the ones I don't talk about is that I don't care about, or I don't really focus on them, and they might think they're not a part of what I'm speaking about, but they might like to think, but I know they are, but they just stay in the corner like a snake and pounce when they want to and retreat, pounce when they want to. But I see them. I'm grateful for the opportunity that I can even do my channel on YouTube and to share my story and share my experience and share my emotions and share how I feel and share my beliefs and share how I see things. And I've learned and realized that not other people might see things in that way, but I know if somebody loves you, they wouldn't want to see you hurting. And if it's family, you know, no matter what that family is, you still have love for them and care for them and always willing to try with them, not to obviously make them try to conform you into a negative way, or to try to conform you to go their way, which you don't see as positive. But you be willing to listen, you be willing to give chances, you be willing to change in to make a better relationship if you care about that person. That much I do know. I'm not fool about that for a second. And if you're giving chances after chances and you don't really see anything back, then you just have to move past that. Talk about it if you can get it out your system. Find a way of outletting. People have different types of ways of outletting. Hopefully it is you always try to seek and find a positive way of outletting all of what you got inside that's blocked up, and not my way is, I'm not saying my way is the way. People have different ways. Find your own way, you know. And we all influence at times by people, and we have people that we looked up to into our lives, but never in the sense that it's like you want to go and find that person and push them over and get into their body in that way, or do what they're doing, you know, because you just gonna lose who you are as a person. I see celebrities, they can't be themselves, so they break up from their partner, or you know, things just get messy because they're not allowed to express themselves, or they don't feel like they can express themselves, stuff like that. People that I look up to, they go through times when it's real life. They're in marriage, the person cheat on them, they have to find a way of outletting that as they can't move on. That's why, so most of the times you find that relationship break down, because they can't find a way of saying what it is, acknowledging it, and then move on. That's what I have a problem with, and people doing. Saying what it is, acknowledge it, move on. That's what I try to teach my children as well. Don't feel like you're trapped into whatever circumstances you find yourself with. As long as you can spit it out and say that is your release. Saying what it is, say what happened. Not everybody gonna be seeing things from how you see things. But at the end of the day, all I know when I'm around my friends and family, I always try to do my best. If I do something wrong and they haven't told me in a way, because people can tell you things in a way that it doesn't bring conflict or all of these things, which I always try to point out, if whether they see or not, it's down to them. And if I'm trying to say this is how I see things and they're trying to make out that that's not the case, and I feel like they're trying to manipulate me or lie, then that's when my back go up as well. But very positive way of moving on from things is acknowledging it and discuss it if that's the case, and get it out instead of pulling it under the carpet and you opening doors to other form of negativity and all the rest of it. So if this is me, this is my way of making sure that I can get out things. I'm not ashamed of anything that has happened. Yeah, you might be ashamed in that sense, but I'm not too ashamed to chat about it, and I give God thanks. So, like I always say, look after you. If you can't look after you, you can't look after anyone else. Go ahead, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And on my channel, you can see it's not about the how many subscribers, and not about the view. Rosemary Reed Cinderella Rose, aka as I call myself, will still be making her videos, and she'll still be going. So, until next time, bye guys.